So community, before we get there, subscribe, hit the bell button, all that good stuff. Please, please. 2023, a brand new year. So we got to get the numbers up again. Thank you, Booze, for 2022, but a whole new year. So we're going to call this segment because it's just going to be hot topics. We're not going to do Ask Your Aunties this episode. So we're just going to say, Auntie, did you give a damn? Okay. So the first one here. Let's see here. Did you give a damn about them passing the Marriage Equality Act?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Absolutely.
But from what I've learned about it, though, that it doesn't necessarily truly protect marriage equality, because it doesn't stop places from necessarily, especially private owned places too,
Yeah.
from saying no. So they really should have done it that made it that any public place has to be okay with it. So there's a little bit of a loophole that can still give, the haters, a say so. So it wasn't like a final nail in the coffin. It was more of a like, we're just
Slow
going to
them
put
down
a
a little
band-aid.
bit.
Yeah, it felt like more like a band-aid on it for the
Yeah.
time being.
Yeah.
So,
But I also feel like
some progress is still good progress, and I
Yeah.
have to remember that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I also feel like the Republicans have found that like the marriage thing is not the crawl. Like they are so like into this whole like don't say gay and protect their kids from drag queens who are reading at them and like all of this other ridiculous stuff that has literally absolutely not, again, like nothing to do with y'all, but like they are so it's like I'm not surprised that this got to the level of being passed. And quite frankly, like I 100% agree. Like every little bit of progress is good progress, but so long story short, I do give a damn, but I'm ready for the next.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I gave a damn because I was like, okay, especially like the interracial part of it too. Is like we're all in interracial relationships. I'm in an interracial marriage, so it helps protect that part of me as well. But like Jarrell said, it's more of a band-aid fix, trying to at least proactively maybe outsmart or outthink the Republicans in the Supreme Court and things like that, making it a little tougher legally to kind of make marriage illegal for the gay community. But
I also feel like this is just another kind of like placating kind of policy, or legislative move that doesn't go far enough. And I think that one of the biggest criticisms of the Democratic Party is that, y'all be trying to hold hands across America. Meanwhile, when you don't have the power, you be getting steamrolled. So it's like, when will you take a clue and just
especially
get
with how many
shit
Republicans
done?
voted against it? Like that's the
Right.
eye-opening thing against. Like y'all still voting against it? Like why? Why?
You care that much?
Press. Republicans don't need no press. Like shit. All right. Brittany Griner got released from Russia. Did you give a damn about that story?
I didn't.
Yes, I did.
Like, we still talking about this bitch?
Oh damn!
Damn!
I mean, it's not like I have anything against her, but like,
oh damn! Well, okay.
I mean, it's not like enlighten us, Jarrell. Maybe my perspective is off.
No, I honestly, like for me, what it is just I'm glad that they can no longer use her as a political pawn, which is essentially what it was, And the only reason why she's actually out is because of our voices and everyone speaking up and putting pressure on the U.S. government to actually do something. Because the truth of the fact is, I don't think if you like Russia would have done that, or it would have been as bad if they weren't going through the shit like what they are going through with Ukraine. And one way to kind of keep U.S. out of it is by taking as many people of our people as possible to use it as a tactic, So she shouldn't have been there like that. And the fact being that she also played for their fucking country's basketball team, like in their country, like you can tell that it was just bullshit, absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that I kind of feel bad is like there were other people who U.S. Are Americans that are in Russian prisons that are also wrongfully in there as well too. Like Homeboy, I forget his name. He's been in there for 2 years,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
since Trump was in
And it
office.
sounds
You
like
know what
there's
I'm
some
saying?
movement
Yeah.
on that. Like I think I
Yeah.
read an article yesterday that seemed to be a little movement even on that guy for us.
Well, the truth is they were going to give 2 for 2. They were
Right.
going to give 2 Russian, like prisoners in exchange for both of them. But apparently, what's his face was like, no, 1.
Putin.
Yeah, was like
Yeah,
1. Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad. I just for me, I as someone who's into sports, this is kind of creating conversation for me that you know American people need to realize that our our freedoms here are freedoms within these borders, and we can't just leave and go to other countries and not know the laws of places that we're going, and we have to be
More diligent.
more. Yes, absolutely, because there are lots of places out there, if you're an American, if you're a woman, if you're Black, if you're gay, that will in a heartbeat lock your ass up, try to hang your ass, or whatever the case is, for just existing.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
can't give them reasons for them to have a cause.
And that's a privilege that, like, even as much more that we need to do in this country for minority groups, that's a
Mhm.
privilege that we actually do have in a lot of places in the world. Like you're saying, that like we kind of go over there and act a little reckless and think about, oh, I can do what I want. No ho,
No,
No,
no, no,
you'll be
no.
ma'am.
locked up in these cells with Brittany. So,
Mhm.
so I gave a damn just because, like, anytime politically or not politically, that a Black woman is able to get free and have a
Mhm.
voice from our voice, I'm here for. So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I'm glad she's home and part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Welcome home, Brittany. Come on, Minority
Yeah.
Report and tell your story, girl. Let us know.
Yes,
Let us know.
absolutely.
um, let's see here. Do you give a damn that there's actually a new HIV treatment shot that's given twice a year that's getting approved by the FDA?
Yeah.
I do give a damn. I do
Same
give a damn.
here.
And it makes me very happy to hear as well too.
Same here. Yeah, it's called Sunleca.
Okay.
Sunlenca. It's an injectable therapy to suppress HIV for patients who suffer from drug resistance to other regimens. So it's just another arsenal, another tool in
Yeah.
the tool belt for those with HIV. So I think this is huge. And
Yeah.
again, it just shows a lot of times people are like, where's all the money going to and all this stuff? I'm donating, I ain't seeing nothing. It takes a while
It takes a
to
long
develop.
time.
Yeah.
And so to get something like that where literally you get a shot twice a year is huge and helps with the routine of taking your medicines. They kind of make you free up a little bit more than worrying about day in, day out, making sure you're on your meds at the right time and things like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I definitely gave a damn about that one. Let's see here. Did y'all give a damn about that dead celebrity viral thing that was going on where it was around the holidays where people were like, oh my God, Taylor Swift died at the age of 33 and getting the reactions of their families.
I really didn't give a damn. In all honesty, I mean, I understood the joke of it because the truth is, I mean, when sometimes the celebrities die, like especially when you love them, like it hits hard. It
Yeah.
hits hard. Like I still remember exactly where I was when I found out Prince died.
Yep.
I know exactly where I was when I found out when Michael Jackson
Yep.
died. I know
Mhm.
exactly where I was when I found out that Whitney Houston
Yep.
died. Like when your faves leave this planet and so much of your emotional journey and life is intertwined with them and their music, I mean, it can fuck you up. It
Yeah.
can fuck you up.
Yeah.
So I understood the joke, but when it came to Angela Bassett's son, he picked the wrong
The
person to make
wrong
that joke.
person. And you
He
know, with
could
the
have
Black
did,
family, you're like, hold up, no, you ain't about to do that, Playboy.
yeah, the wrong person. He could have made any other person, but he had to pick another person from the Black Panther family.
Right. It was like too soon, Playboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much.
And we're
too
gonna make
soon.
you apologize to the world. That's a Black family move.
You know she did. And he looked like he just got whooped.
Right.
Like Angela better whooped his ass, and he was like, "I just want to say that I'm sorry."
I'm so right. It's like that's when your soul fucked up. You got whooped so bad, your soul fucked up.
Look.
I did not give a damn about this at all. I did like you. First of all, you don't play with dead people.
Oof.
Period.
Yeah.
You just don't play with that. And I feel like there's so much like I want to say clout chasing, but there's like so much like of these people that are trying to get likes and attention by any means necessary. And I feel
Yeah.
like this is one of those things that was like a fringe thing that's like it's borderline. It's it's not borderline. It is insensitive. It's
It is
incredible. It's
insensitive.
because what you're doing is you're trying to get some attention off of the hurtful feelings that someone might be going through because of something that you told that's absolutely not true. And
Mhm.
that
That's fair.
it's not fun, it's not fair, it's
Don't
it's
put that
it's
juju
it's
on me.
abusive, it's abusive, like and how is this how is this fun? Like, oh, I only got 3 days to live. Ah, sorry, I'm just
Right, I
playing.
know, right. Like,
You,
no.
you just don't. I'm sorry, you just don't play with no,
Yeah.
no.
I agree. Like I want to say I gave a damn because of the reasons you just said. Because I was like, that's fucked up. I was like, come on
It's
now, like this ain't
just
funny. This is not, especially on the holidays. Like you gonna
come
do that shit during the
on,
holidays too?
do
At
it.
that?
At the very least. Do it during like April Fools. At
Do it on
least there's
Christopher
a
Columbus Day.
moniker.
What day is that?
Nah, don't do the
Well, no,
indigenous
I guess we
people
took
like
it on
that.
for the native tribe, so never mind. We don't do it on that day either. Let's don't do it.
Just don't do it. Shut it down.
All right. Did you give a damn that Angela Bassett got nominated for a Golden Globe for Wakanda Forever?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hey.
100%.
I'm
She
still
100%.
mad
acted
that
the
she
shit
dead
out
though.
that movie.
I'm dead. I'm
Look.
mad she is dead. Damn. And this ain't no spoiler alert because if you ain't seen it by now,
You are 2 months
it's
late.
a wrap. It's
You
a
are
wrap for
2
you.
months late.
You're
They
right.
getting ready to put
Mhm.
that shit on Hulu. So like, it's
Coming to Disney Plus February 1st.
Right.
Literally for Black History Month. It's coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
The
you're
day of
right.
Black History Month.
You're right.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
Honey, she did. She put
She
her
did
good
that.
act on to that.
She did that.
she said, "Oh, you're not gonna give me something for when I'm playing Miss Malcolm X's wife. You gonna give me something for this."
You go, honey, a word,
Look,
a word.
And
yeah.
but was there ever any doubt though that like given the opportunity, and I think they gave her like the script writing was
Yeah.
phenomenal
Yeah.
specifically for her role.
Yep.
Actually, for the entire movie, the script writing was really great. There were some things that I didn't really care about, of the movie, and maybe we can talk about it at a later time, but they gave her a lot to work with, and
Yeah.
she milked
Delivered.
every single syllable out of every
With them
single word.
biceps and them shoulders.
Yes, didn't
Man.
she?
If I get the 60s and have shoulders like Angela Bassett, I did a good life. I lived
She
a
said-
good
Fuck
life.
She said, "Have I not given enough?" and then she pulled the Maury. She pulled the Maury on them. She was like, "Bring him in. Bring him in. Let's see who these people are." And they just faces all cracked.
Gooped and gagged.
That to me, I could have stopped watching the movie right then and there.
Right
when
then
we
and
fully
there.
satisfied.
I whispered to Corey in the movie. I said, "She gonna get nominated. She got her good acting on this in this
She
episode."
really did. It was good. It was
Yeah.
really good.
I was like,
Yeah.
thank you. What's cool about the Golden Globes as well? So it's going to be out. So today's Monday. I think the episode or Golden Globes is tomorrow on Tuesday, January 10th.
Yep.
Jared Carmichael was hosting it. So black queer man hosting the show. So I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of queer representation of just even presenters. Your homeboy, actually, let's stem it to the next question. Do you give a damn that Ryan Murphy is set to receive the Carol Burnett Award?
Let me say, when you sent this list, I could see your face typing that list up, being like, "Oh, this
Because I didn't even know. Because I was like, okay, I was like, who's hosting the award show? And then I saw, oh, and Ryan Murphy's getting the Carol Burnett Award, which honors someone based on their body of work and lasting impact. So I was like, oh, I gotta ask on this one. So do you give a damn that Ryan Murphy is getting honored?
I don't give a damn, but I think it's deserved.
Okay.
And y'all know, like I'm an equitable abuser, but I also, but I also tell it like it is. And the reality of it is that for somebody, despite some of the choices that he has made with some of his productions, his body of work and what he has contributed from from a content perspective, from a storytelling perspective, from a marginalized community visibility perspective, it's kudos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
he's
I'm with
still
you too.
trash.
I just finished the last season of American Horror Story,
How was it?
and
Okay.
it was very gay. It was gay, gay, gay,
Yep.
gay, 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 gay.
Okay.
And made no damn sense.
No damn sense.
No damn sense.
There was a lot happening, and I was just like,
Oh, because I have seen pictures. Wasn't there some big beefy white dude that's in that show?
It's that
Body-
it's the
Okay,
guy
I
body
from
think
was
I saw that on
tanked.
Twitter.
yeah.
Body was tanked.
Honey,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
finish
he's
me.
fine too because they
Finish
found him on
me.
Instagram, and he was a fine man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I haven't always liked all his work as well, but I love that he's been amplifying the queer voice with his platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been making sure that that's been, part of who he is, that is allowing him to accept this, this role, So I'm happy for him that he's getting it, but I don't care either.
Yeah. I don't give a damn. But I give a damn. Like, it's like, for the same reasons. Like, any queer representation that's providing voice and visibility for the community in front and behind the scenes, all the way here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him in particular, it could have been Lena, it could have been somebody else that I would have given a little more damn
Yeah.
about than maybe him per se. But I mean, but Brian, if you want to come on as well, come on.
Right?
That would be a very interesting conversation.
It would. Community, if you're
Not
new
gonna
to
lie.
the community, you just need to go to the history of this podcast and see how many times
Okay.
blame Ryan Murphy comes up.
One of the things we probably need to do is we probably need to release, like, and maybe when we release our when we do our Patreon, maybe we can do a supercut of all of our Ryan Murphy.
Right? We need to start writing down every time we say Ryan Murphy.
Agreed.
We need to start putting that in the Bible and just be like, oh, it came up in episode 205. It came up in...
Honestly, I want to know what, like, writers like Lena Waithe and, like other queer writers think of his body of work. Like, that would be a very interesting conversation, especially people of color, Black, brown people of color who are in the business, writing and producing and creating television. I would be very curious about their perspective of, his contributions to the cinematic voice.
Do you give a damn that Megan was right? Megan Thee Stallion was correct and Tory Lanez was found guilty.
I do. Honestly, I do. And especially with her story of just how much that she has been through. Like, I just hate that the world during that tried to come for her. And like the bodyguard going, oh, what Megan do? Oh, her friend said this. Oh, Megan, like everyone was so quick. But then when the shit was starting being released at the tape recordings and shit like that, him saying it.
Y'all got now you want to be quiet.
Right.
That part. They were so quick to bring a Black woman down over this man over here like that.
The most disrespected person on the planet is a Black woman.
It sure the fuck is. It sure the fuck is.
And even in the midst of stuff was coming out, there was like the word snitch being thrown around, like these kind of like hood rules being thrown around, like, oh damn, here's another brother that's being locked up, and nigga, he shot somebody. Whether purposefully, intentionally, directly into her foot, or drunkenly, like at the end.
And
it
was a Black woman too.
Right.
So now you're talking about we putting Black men versus Black women.
Like,
and low key, they got drunk at the Kardashians. That tell you right there.
Stop fucking with them bitches.
Not even them, but it's just like watch who you hanging with.
Yeah.
Watch who you hanging with. If you learned anything out this whole trial, watch who you associate with, because you get caught up and caught out there. Like Khalees.
I'm going back to them. Stop fucking with them. We see what happened to Kanye.
Well, no, Kanye. Well, I don't know. Kanye is a very specific case.
Yes, but a lot of that started also happening and getting a lot worse too when Enter said person with the shapewear.
Yeah.
Who don't look like she used to look.
Oh, damn. Oh, don't do that.
Everything can't be a filter.
Jesus. But I gave a damn too. I gave a damn about this trial because, again, just a PTSD from it. And again, that sucks. Like now her friend got all caught up there. It sounds like she got caught up in there trying to defend Tori now. Like why? Why?
Mhm.
You know? And so now the world looking at you crazy because you over here damn near perjured yourself.
Mhm.
But also, like, ain't no dick in the world gonna ever make me
None.
like start fighting with my girls, though. Like,
People
that's
be
one thing
right.
I don't.
People be on that ride and die bullshit until it bites them in the ass, and then you dead.
And then you did.
And then you dead. So y'all can leave that stuff alone.
Oh
Like,
no, so and so died at the age of 32 because you was playing yourself.
right.
That's the TikTok
That
trend right
part,
there.
literally,
And
literally.
and like I feel like I give like a soft damn only on the principle of it, but like
Yeah.
quite frankly, this was not a newsworthy expose of interactions. Like this was what in the slow news week is going
It
on
must
that
have
this is the
been.
shit that we are talking about. Like seriously? This
That
was
shit was
like
everywhere.
what was that chick Emily Heard and
And Johnny
Oh,
Depp,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp? I'm just like,
yeah.
I had never
okay,
even heard of Heard before. I
right.
had. I was like,
Until they
who is
mentioned
she?
Dookie in the
Oh,
bed. That was the only thing that was worthwhile out of that whole fiasco.
was a Dookie in the bed? I'm done with you. Welcome back.
Started off
Oh,
talking about shit. We gonna keep
I'm
talking
going
about
in on
shit.
talking about shit. Another big thing that happened, and we kind of hinted at it, was those AI pictures that were going crazy for like a good week there. Did y'all give
Yeah.
a damn about that? Did y'all? I don't think y'all did it. I don't think I saw y'all do it. Did
Sure
you?
did not.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not paying
Not at all.
$9.99.
That's what I said.
Like, come on now. You're like,
I was like, to do that?
Yeah.
I was like, that's
I
what's on
wouldn't
the
look,
street.
I wouldn't have done it even if it was free. I'm just like, it's it's one thing if you find something on your own, but it's a whole other thing when you're doing something because a whole bunch of other people are doing it. Because like at the end of the day, like
You don't look like that.
you don't
and right.
right.
In my mind, that would make me depressed. Being like, damn, maybe I should tuck this.
Right.
Maybe I should not eat this.
Right.
Maybe I should go walk a little bit more. Like, if
Right.
anything, I would have been looking at myself being,
Right.
I got
Right.
enough of that in life. I don't
Yeah.
need that. I don't need
No,
that.
ma'am.
No,
But you
man.
know what? I will have to say this, and I feel weird, but like that app came out in 2016. It wasn't until 6 years later after the app was created that it blew up and had a
Who blew
trend
it up?
moment
I
like
almost
that.
wonder who was
I
like
don't know,
I
but
don't
that's the
know.
crazy thing
Agent
about
Zero.
that's the crazy thing about
Yeah,
trends
Mhm.
is like you could have a body of work that's old and somehow it have
that's
a
true.
good wave and come back be relevant again. And imagine the
Lizzo.
amount of money that man
Lizzo.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, think about the amount of money that man made.
Oh, off that app,
Mhm.
1000%.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
chilling with his feet up. I know that's
Mhm.
right. Whew.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else happened? Kiki announced that she was pregnant. Did you give a damn about that?
I was
100% gave a damn.
yeah, same,
Yes. Yeah.
same.
So
Yeah.
happy for her. She's going to
Yes.
be an incredible mom. Like, she is just like going to be the perfect person for the person that she's bringing into the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for her.
Honestly, I'm with you. Like when she announced it on Saturday Night Live, I was like, honestly, I don't. I felt like I knew her, and I was
Right. You
like,
feel
"Go
like you're
ahead!"
your
Like
cousin
I
Right.
or
was like,
something.
"Good for you." I was like, "I'm so happy for you,
Right.
girl. Congratulations!"
It's like, girl,
And
you heard
like when she
Kiki
kind of
pregnant?
right
It's like a family.
I
for
mean,
real
damn,
though.
she grew up right before our
That's
eyes. And
true.
it just,
Come on
That's
now.
true.
and I love the fact that, like, like her private life, like for as much as she be on social and be out
Yeah.
there and in these streets and, like just being out there, you don't really know much about like what's going on behind the closed doors. So to have this
Mhm.
happen and whatnot, it was just so beautiful,
But
really.
I
Yeah.
will say though, the people knew because they were already speculating
Yeah.
before she even got on there. So
Yeah.
just a quick reminder. Be careful what you put out there because people be watching. Because niggas, we be looking at the things in the
Like
background.
she
But
Like,
also,
ain't showed her stomach in 6 months.
why she just titty up all the time?
Right.
but, let's be real. She is a real person that's in the real world. So like people are actually seeing her around
It's
in
like, girl, I
LA.
saw her
So
at Panera.
why her stomach all out or whatever? Y'all just not figuring this out.
We been the new.
We've been the
Right.
new. Oh man. Did y'all give a damn about SZA's new album?
Bitch, yes. And that album is so fucking good. Bitch, it is
It's a
everything.
tad long. It's a
It is
tad
not
long.
it is a tad perfect. I need I needed that whole album. I needed that whole
Yeah.
album. It got me in my feels, but like it's also like one of those things that's been reminding me that I've also come so far. Like I'm happy with my relationship. Some of the songs are like I sing it, but I'm like I'm also singing it because I'm glad I don't have to go through that shit. Like
Mm.
Honey,
all the
I didn't
fucking
know how
all
old
the
SZA was. I was like, SZA, you 35. Why you still going through this?
I mean, come on, AJ, number to number.
I guess
We
so.
huh,
Making songs
huh.
called Kill Bill and shit. I'm
Let me
like,
tell you,
damn.
but fuck niggas gonna be fuck niggas at
You
any
right.
age.
You right. That's a word.
And that's literally what
Mm.
this album is all about.
That's a t-shirt. Fuck niggas gonna be fuck niggas at Labuticus 4 and 9.
Labuticus, right.
Oh, you right. What's your
It's
favorite
it's
song on the album?
um God, I am torn between I like Seek and Destroy, but I like
Okay.
Low because it reminds me of that challenge that people were doing it.
Yeah. Ain't stressing the day.
That thing. Look, I ain't just like it literally gives me that where I just want
Right.
to sit there and go like that. But I like Low. It's also very much my energy as well
Yeah.
too. But I like Special. I think
Okay.
that's really good because you talk about, I used to be special, but then
Yeah.
I gave it up for a loser, and now
Yeah.
I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of I was like, damn, I feel that.
Yeah.
Um,
Shirt still
yeah,
hits for me.
same.
Even though
It
we've
really
been hearing it the
does.
last 2 years. I was like, that's the when that beat come on, I'm like, oh, okay. Doom,
Yeah.
doom, digga, 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 digga. I love that hug. Come on, that's Dark Child, by the way. Dark Child 99
Yes.
made
Yeah.
that. I give a damn about it, but it was a little long. It was a little long. I was like, okay, Scissor, there's only so much depression and same shit over and over again, talking about these dudes. And I think what ruined it for me is like I saw her age before the album came out, and I thought she was still
Oh.
like 24 or something like that.
Mm.
When I said she's literally like 34, I think, and I was like,
Yeah.
girl, come on now, you still got
Yeah.
22 songs talking
Yeah.
about this shit.
Here's to the 22 songs though, like they don't make long albums anymore.
That's
Like
true. That's
normally,
true.
like they've been
That
so
is
much
true.
shorter than normal. So I also
Yeah,
appreciated that she gave us more, which is not the norm right
yeah,
now.
that is true.
But I've been talking to my sisters about these albums, and when they tell me that like some of the stories of them dating some of these dudes out here,
Yeah,
I'm like, all these songs make
makes
sense.
sense.
And
That's why them
like
girls be going
it's
crazy for some scissor. Like they be loving them some scissor.
but even kind of circling back to the whole Megan and her friend thing
You
and fucking
right.
around with Tory Lanez, like both of them were fucking that man.
You right.
Like it makes sense why this album exists out there because there are dudes out there just literally just
Scandalous.
scamming,
Yeah.
scheming and scamming.
But
So
I'm guessing by Dewan's face, he didn't give a
I
damn
said
about this
no.
album.
No. Didn't listen to it. Barely knew it even came out.
Damn.
But the thing of it is, I'm not really like I haven't been listening to a lot of SZA stuff the entire
Anyway.
time.
Prior to
And
it.
and it's
Yeah.
and honestly, to like it has nothing to do with like, oh, I have a thing against her. It's just I never really got into her. So it's just like
Because
Yeah.
like if you're
Yeah.
not in that mind frame, like
no.
it's hard to relate to it
Yep.
sometimes. Like
Yep.
I like it just because I like the musicality of it. I like how she kind of went almost like indie rock in there for a moment.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of different genres, but it was one of those albums that I was like, okay, I can only listen to this like 2-3 times and I gotta get out because I'm not there. I'm not in
Yeah.
that mind frame anymore. And damn, like you made me want to go kill Bill. Like shit. So, but I still
Him and his
want
girl.
her. I like how she confesses that her body ain't real because people are like, well, I'm on
Mhm.
SZA body. No, SZA said I wasn't paying for this body, hope.
Right. When she said, I used to want to be thick, now I want to be thin, I was
Right.
like,
It's like, oop, too late now
damn.
because you went a little
Yeah.
far. I still
Mhm.
want her to play Shaka Khan though. Every time I see her, I want her to play Shaka Khan in a
I can
biopic.
see
Oh,
it.
that would be cute.
She looks like
I can
she
see
looks
it.
like Shaka
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Okay, a few more here. Let's see here. Oh, we gotta talk about the. Did you give a damn about Rolling Stones top 200 singers?
So I took a look at it. Actually, I was kind of doing a little bit here. I appreciate the top 10,
Yes.
and I love the top 10 was pretty much all black folks, and it
Mhm.
was like, and it was good. There was just a couple that I wasn't quite. I didn't understand. One, how is D'Angelo at 77?
How is Taylor Swift above Christina Aguilera?
Uh,
How is she on the list at all as a singer?
Who, Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Well, she was at 102.
Christina was at like 183 or something like that, 173.
141. She was 141.
Houseway. And then Anita Baker ain't on there. Celine Dion ain't on there.
Anita
yeah.
Baker is on there.
Is
Anita
she on there?
Baker was 92.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I wrote that down because I needed to know that when I came to the table.
That part. I didn't see her name. I was like, where is Anita?
Anita's on there. I was very disappointed that Brandy was 193.
So it already tells me who made the list.
Correct.
Yeah,
Because SZA was
absolutely.
180. Because SZA was 180.
Yeah.
So that's what I know. What was the criteria of
Right.
of
That's the
what made
thing that
this
I was
list?
wondering. Honestly, that was
Yeah.
the thing that I was wondering, because it's just like, is it because of their vocal ability? Is it because of the popularity of their songs? Is
they
it
tried-
because of their
They tried to explain it in the article. Here, let me pull it back up because then it just made it even more confusing for me because
Correct.
they said,
Just-
let's see, they said before you start scrolling and commenting, keep in mind that this is a greatest singers list, not greatest voices list. So I'm like, what? And then it says,
what
like,
does that
talent-
even mean?
I don't know. Then it says talent is impressive, genius and transcendent. Sure, many of the people here were born with massive pipes, perfect pitch, and boundless range. Others have rougher, stranger, or more delicate instruments. So they keep on like saying this, and then they say like Ozzy Osbourne at 112 doesn't have what people would call a good voice, but boy does he have a great one. So I'm like, you're still confusing singer and voice even in your explanation.
Rihanna
Yeah.
is at 68, and she's above Brandy, Jasmine Sullivan, Carrie Underwood, Christina Aguilera, Lauryn Hill, Usher, Anita Baker, Michael Jackson. I'm like, how is she greater than all of those voices?
Houseway. And Celine's still out here singing My Heart Will Go On, singing her face. They call Celine Dion part of the vocal trinity, and she ain't even on the list. She ain't even number 200.
They said because she got that issue going on. I guess it's a wrap.
I'm reading this. I'm just looking up the difference between like a vocalist and a singer, and it says a singer can sing and a vocalist can sing.
That's
We
a black
know what's
person that
up.
wrote that one.
100%. 100%.
See, this is what I wish they
100%.
did. Because I gave a damn about this, because you know how I am about music. This shit pissed me off. I wish they had done, remember back in the day, maybe like early 2000, maybe around the aughts, the 2010 or somewhere. MTV used to do like the ranking of every year of like the best hip hop rappers and things like that.
Yeah.
And they would get a panel and they would film that and they would argue their case and stuff like that. I wish Rolling Stone would have done something like that, put it on social media, just at least to see how people are arguing and to see who did this, who was on that panel. So, because I need to see.
Yeah.
What is your credentials to make this list? Because
I agree. And if you look at the top 10, it's all over the place. So this is the top 10. So starting with 10, Al Green. Number 9 is Otis Redding. 8 is Beyonce. 7 is Stevie Wonder. 6 is Ray Charles. 5 is Mariah Carey. 4 is Billie Holiday. 3 is Sam Cooke. 2, Whitney Houston, and number 1, Aretha Franklin.
I mean, I can't be mad at I can't be mad at the top 10 at all.
I honestly, I can't. It's literally the other numbers.
Right. It's like from 11 on. It's like, oh, you spoken.
So like Rolling Stone writes, the criteria was based on, quote, originality, influence, and depth of the artist's catalog and the breadth of their musical legacy. But they left off people like Janet Jackson, Jennifer Hudson, Nat King Cole, Dionne Warwick. You know, like
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So Houseway.
Damn, I didn't even notice Janet wasn't even on there. That's fucked up.
So how you gonna have
That's
Rihanna at like 62 and not Janet? It's the same tone. One just got the Caribbean accent on it.
I hate you for that comment. Not the same tone. She said beige.
Beige.
No, Janet, literally, Janet's the best background singer. Like her background.
Absolutely.
And the harmonies that she does in it, no
Janet
one does
is not
backgrounds better
Janet's
than Janet.
not a vocalist in the power range, but
Right.
she still is like she has a voice.
1000%. 1000%. So, ooh, Jesus. But speaking of that, did you give a damn about Janet's tour? Yeah, I did. So did.
Yep.
We going.
Oh, we going.
But them tickets was hard to get. Them tickets, so I'm going
And
to. Dewan,
Go ahead.
and then the whole time I had Dewan's voice in my fucking head because I was like, because I agree, like I want to see Janet on the floor and everything.
Mhm.
And so when she did the pre-sales, like what was it? It was like City Card. I was like, who got a
Yeah.
City Card anymore? So we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we don't got a City Card, so we're gonna wait
That
for
was that was shocking because
yeah,
even at the minimum, they always have like at least 2 cars. They'll do like
yeah,
City and Chase or Chase and like Chase and Discover or Chase
Like American
and
Express or
American
right.
something.
Express. So it's usually
Mhm.
like 2. Not
And they
this
did.
one. They got
So we're like,
exclusive
we gotta wait
rights.
for the fan sale. And then literally, so we get the fan sale, whatever. And I just guessed the passcode. Like they didn't even email it in time. So I'm like, okay, what's the passcode gonna be? I was like, maybe together again or again, it's gonna end up working. And so literally every time I was putting something in the cart, it'd be like, oh, a fan just snatched this off the cart. Put another, oh, you were too slow. Another fan just snatched this off the cart. So I'm sitting there, so I'm trying to call Dewan too. And you know Dewan's phone be on silent all day.
Sure do.
Yep.
And
Sure
so I'm
do.
like, I call him like, okay, do I just wait till like the general sale, or do I just get something now? And so I call Corey, and Corey, he's like, bitch, just get something. So like we got lower
Hold on.
bowl.
Before this, he was like, I'm gonna go on because we were trying to figure out
Yeah,
the sale things because there was a little bit of confusion between him and I about like the Amex thing. Because for a second we
Yeah.
thought there was an Amex option, but we couldn't even figure. So
Yeah.
long story short, I just said because I was gonna be on calls back to back. I was like, whatever you, I just want to. I ain't sitting in no damn nosebleed. So whatever you get, I don't care what you get, how much it costs. I'm gonna pay it. Just go ahead and get her.
And so I get the lower bowl. Hold on, I gotta quote what Dewan said. Because you know Dewan be playing. You be like, damn. Let's see here. Because she didn't have a tour in Philadelphia. So Corey's like,
Right.
and I've said this many times on the podcast, how Corey's always like Madison Square Garden, Janet Jackson, Velvet Rope, HBO Live, da 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 da.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he's like, that's when I get ecstasy for the first time. So he just has this moment of Madison Square Garden and Janet to the day he dies. And so when we knew it wasn't Philadelphia, he was like, oh, then Madison Square Garden, 100%, we'll go with Dewan and Adam. And so the whole time I have Corey's like going through my mind, I have Dewan going through my mind. So I get it. And I'm sending him all these texts and everything. And then finally, like that night, he goes, 260 because the cost was 267 per ticket, even on the lower bowl. He goes, are we
Mhm.
sitting in the bleachers? And so I'm like, oh shit. Like I was like, damn. I was like, fuck the bleachers. I was like, no. I was like, they were selling like fucking hotcakes, which I
Yeah.
love. I'm like, I'm glad that people are still this hype about Janet.
And
Because
right
Uh-huh.
after right after you bought them, they announced another date for
yeah.
for Madison Square Garden the very
Whole
next
thing.
day. So it's Thursday that we're going. They have another whole concert on Friday.
Yeah. So I'm like, shit.
I thought about going, but she coming on a Wednesday, and I'm not doing any more weekday
It's hard.
concerts. I'm
'Cause
not doing any more weekday
it's
because
hard.
I don't know my limits, so I'm just not gonna go. Okay, I can't keep telling my boss, being like, hey, I'm getting free money today. I am giving nothing. I am giving. Should have stayed my ass at home. I am giving. What's the point? If I go to weekday concerts, I cannot.
But
do
hold
it.
on.
I
But let
cannot do it.
Beyonce be on the weekday. You gonna go?
You know damn well, and I'm taking off PTO. I'm taking off the day of and the day before.
I know
Yep.
that's right.
I'm not even going to go to work.
I
Okay.
know that's right.
So I decided not to, as much as I really wanted to go, because
Yeah.
a lot of her tour dates are actually on the weekday.
Yeah.
There's
they
only
are.
like maybe
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 places that
Yeah.
have a weekend show.
Yeah.
So I thought about traveling somewhere. I was thinking LA because she's going to be performing that Saturday in LA, and it's LA Pride that weekend too.
And it's at
And
the
I was,
Hollywood Bowl. That would be fun.
yeah,
Here there.
right. So I was like, damn, that would be dope. But no,
Yeah.
I'll be in
Yeah.
Paris, so it's
Yeah.
a no for me.
So I give a damn about that, and I give a damn that Beyonce still ain't announced these tour dates or giving us visuals.
You know what? You know what? I'm okay if she's waiting on the tour dates to figure out a way to make sure these fucking scalpers aren't reselling these tickets like.
Yeah.
Cause, and I have to say, hey Taylor, because Taylor be listening to Taylor and Alex. We were part of like a group chat to get SZA tickets,
Mm,
right? We found tickets, but each of the floor seat tickets were $360.
yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot for a floor seat
Yeah,
ticket.
for
So
SZA.
for SZA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for SZA.
Right. So if SZA's going 360 for a floor seat, imagine what Beyonce gonna
Oh, it's
go.
gonna be 1,000.
Oh.
Like I already have in my mind, it's probably gonna be a cool grand, a
We gonna
cool
be
stack.
paying like them
I'll be there.
Adele tickets. It's gonna be like them
Yeah.
Adele tickets.
Yep.
You know, we'll be dropping $2,400 for some tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I'm seeing her twice. So I'm gonna see her somewhere in the US and I'm gonna see her somewhere in another country.
Ooh, that'd be
Okay.
fire. That'd be
All
fire.
I have made up in my mind. I am treating myself this year. We
Okay.
bought tickets on my birthday to go to France for 15 days.
Ooh,
so
wee
we'll
wee.
be
So
in
that's why she's
France.
learning French
You
right
know,
now.
that is why I'm learning French.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
If you need a
So,
practice partner, let me know.
yes, I will.
Je
You know,
parle
I will.
français.
Ooh.
No, all I know is je ne sais pas, and then
Je
you
ne
say
sais-
whatever the
All I know is like that's what they call they incompetent. That's all I know from Home Alone.
Les incompetents.
That's all I know.
That's funny.
Okay, so I know we're getting late here. There's a lot of stuff. Quickly, Greta versus the Andrew Tate thing. Hilarious. Greta bodied Andrew Tate. I didn't even know who
She
the
really
fuck Andrew
did.
Tate was.
Okay.
Didn't
Can
even know
we
who he
talk?
was.
Yeah. Can we just talk about the rumor that's going around that was the impetus for this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
What's the
Mhm.
rumor?
So there is an actual group called GRETA that is a what's the
Like the Illuminati or some shit?
no it is a, I forget what the actual acronym is, but they're basically a group that identifies and helps to prosecute people that are doing human trafficking.
Okay.
So apparently they were looking for him and his brother. His team heard that Greta was looking for them,
right.
thought
And
it was
found
Greta Thunberg. So
So
if you know,
that's why, because that's why I was
yes,
like, how did she even
Yeah.
get in this?
yes.
Yeah.
So
That's
he thought it
funny.
was her, and that's why
Mhm.
his random tweet was like against her. But
Mhm.
really, it was about this group,
The
and it
group
bit
called
him right up in the booty hole because then he had shot that video, him smoking a
Right.
goddamn cigar and getting his pizza delivered, and then Greta, the group was like, "Got him,
Got you, bitch.
got him.
Mhm.
We know you in town. We know you just
Mhm.
ordered from this place." The police then Interpol and called up that place, figured out where they delivered it,
Yeah.
showed up and busted him ass literally the same day.
Good.
Yeah.
So
Got
he
him like
came for
ugly.
he came for Kenya when she didn't even call for him. Like,
Girl, look,
And she still bodied him. Bodied
Right.
him in them tweets.
look. Yeah. And I didn't even cause like you correct, I didn't know much about him,
Yeah,
but
I
when
had
I was
no
started
clue
digging
who he
into
was.
him and seeing that he was like a kickboxer who turned into like a trainer who then became
Well,
like
he
an
was first.
influencer.
He was first on Big Brother.
Oh,
Is
really?
that
He was
is
on
that where
Big
he
Brother.
first?
Yep.
And then he
Oh,
became a kickboxer?
I don't know where in the midst of the kickboxing,
Because
I'm telling
I
you,
thought it was
it
after.
could be.
I thought Big
It
Brother
could
was
be.
after that
oh.
because also he was on Big Brother and he was removed because he also had like this this webcam site where he had been allegedly he had allegedly raped one woman and
Wow.
had then allegedly beat and hit another woman.
And he assaulted a
Um,
woman on Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So the producers found that out, and then that happened on Big Brother, and 5 days later he was removed.
Wrapped.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
removed. But according to the articles of the ladies that had spoke, they were saying that like the British police weren't doing anything, and it took like 4 years for it to get to this point because it went from the British police to someone else. To
Okay.
another agency that looks into
So he's
domestic violence and
like
rape.
he's British or
He's a British American
okay.
kickboxer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still didn't
But
know
he
much
speaks with an
about him.
American accent.
Okay.
Well, he was born in DC. I think he has dual citizenship.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
But he's
got
a
his
Yeah.
ass,
trash.
my
He is a
bitch.
trash person.
Trash man.
Trash.
Trash man.
Get
Trash.
him.
Trash
Good.
man. Yeah.
And then quickly, Hakeem Jeffries. He's going to be the next for at least the Democratic side Speaker of the House.
Mm-hmm.
the Republican side can't even get their shit together to nominate anyone to be the speaker. So we'll see how long that drags out because it went to round 6 today and they still ain't got it.
They still said no. They
Yeah.
still
It's
said
a
no.
whole ass mess.
Yeah.
But shout out
They
to
even tried
Hakeem,
to
though.
throw in a black man in there on the Republican
Yeah,
side.
from Florida.
You know,
Oh,
yeah.
they are scraping the bottom. They are literally throwing they're throwing darts in a black room.
Girl.
They're trying to figure out anything they can to like throw anybody into these seats that's going to make a difference.
And the dude that's trying to be a speaker, he did it to himself. He's the one that kind of went to the Trump side, but then didn't want to be the Trump side. And then he's trying to play both hands and then played his cards, thinking, oh, I earned this. I deserve this. Bitch, no, you don't. Sit down.
Yeah.
And now your political career gone. How about
Yeah.
that? Oh, and before we get out of here, actually, one last thing. Do you give a damn about that Drag Race is back?
Let me tell you. After the last season, it was so bad. Let me tell you, I have nightmares that if I see a damn chocolate bar, bitch, I'm ending the season immediately.
It's chocolate.
Immediately, girl. Look, if it's Skittles, it's a wrap,
It's a
bitch.
wrap.
If it's
Not as Skittles.
I don't know what the twist is gonna be. I don't fucking want it. I don't.
But
fucking want
this is Drag Race regular season, not Drag Race
Correct.
All Star. So
But it wasn't-
that's going to be
The chocolate was regular season.
The chocolate was
I
regular
know.
season.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
And it's the most queens they've ever had. I think there's 16
yes,
queens.
16 queens. Yeah,
So we ain't got 16 weeks. Like I
Well, let me
love
tell- but-
Drag
well,
Race, but 16 weeks.
that tells
it
me
was-
that they're going to be a lot of
I hope so.
eliminations.
Honey,
Or that
it was
MTV said
16
we
weeks
want like
that
95
season.
episodes. We're gonna order 95 episodes.
But girl, it was 16 weeks that last season because ain't nobody was going home.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it started the first week of January, and that shit was going until the end of March, beginning of
You're
April.
right. Gone
I
till
feel
November.
like- I feel like the first 2 episodes are going to split the groups into groups of 8, like they've done in the
Mhm.
past, and then they'll have 1 or 2 of them being eliminated from each set.
And then they gonna bring the girl from Michigan back.
And they might.
again?
Oh,
I do
damn,
not like
they
that
did.
girl.
They did.
That girl.
And
do
I
not
was
like that
rooting
girl
for.
at
We were
all.
rooting for you from Michigan, and you just did not do nothing.
Mm-mm. No. What was her
Girl.
name?
Orion something.
Orion
right?
Jackson?
Star or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
I was like, this is.
And that just
Boo-boo.
makes you realize how good All Stars are. That's what
Mhm.
this is what the regular season always does. It's like because you forget like
Hey,
these bitches are still rough
I'm gonna
around
tell
the
you-
corners.
I'm gonna tell you though, this like there's some all stars that are like garbage. Like for example,
Yeah.
the one in Canada that's
I
going.
didn't watch it.
I watched
It's done.
3
It's done, right?
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah.
it was done.
Yeah,
I
Canada
watched
versus
3
the
episodes,
world.
and I'm just like, this is why I hate watching. Specifically, the Canada franchise is
Mhm.
garbage. Is just garbage.
I feel
And
like
I didn't even finish
the All
Italy.
Stars versus the World part just hasn't found its footing. Like they don't know exactly what to do with it.
I think it's a casting issue because the people that they've casted, at least from the United States,
Yeah.
the people that they've casted, and no shade, but you are not bringing the drama. You are not bringing the fashion. You are not bringing the energy. You are not entertaining to watch. It is boring. Sorry, but it is.
So because it has Silky Nutmeg Ganache, she was born.
She was
And I like
boring.
Silky. Damn.
I mean, I like her too, but damn,
I
she's
was never
rough.
a fan.
She's
I was
rough
never
to
a
watch.
fan.
She is
like-
rough to watch. That's why I
and
think I
I-
like
I-
it.
And I feel like, and I'm trying to check my privilege here because I'm trying to like, I have this picture of what a polished professional queen is supposed to be, and she's not that. And it has nothing to do with her size. Let's be very clear. It's nothing to do with her size, but it's about what she presents.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
So
so,
she can paint. Like she paints very
that's-
well.
no,
But I think that's
really-
but I think that's one of the cool things though about Drag Race though, and drag in general, is that there are different lanes of drag.
that
And I
part,
think that maybe she just doesn't fall in that specific lane that you may like.
right.
Because there's also like the campy comedy queen lane too, like your what's her name? Jinx Monsoons,
And like
you
your
know,
Nina
like
West and things like that.
yeah, absolutely. And then there's the ones who are like the pageant queens who know how to beat a face and have a body. And then there's like the performer girls, you know, that will show out, you know.
And she
lip
ain't none
sync.
of them. Sorry. She ain't. Show me a
She's
performance.
She's a performer.
Show me a performance where
Remember
you,
All Stars where she like fought her way back towards the end there. She was bodying bitches.
bodying bitches.
Yeah, she beat out like 6 of them.
Because they were all trash anyway, and it was a narrative. It was a narrative. It was a producer narrative to get for her to do that. I'm sorry, but no.
They were all trash anyway. Well, there you have it. Shit.
Tough crowd.
Ooh, right.
Damn.
Ooh, damn. Well, you ain't gotta,
I know what business.
Twice.
I know what business I would never get in. The one I'm thinking about doing, Jack. No.
No.
Let me see it in private first.
Right.
I will tell you.
She gonna be a life coach for drag queens.
Right.
Let me tell you.
You are not bringing it at all. You need to find another ministry.
But you know what's interesting though? I was telling Corey this earlier tonight that because they released the first 5 minutes, so obviously by the time this episode comes out, the full episode would be out.
Yeah.
But a lot of these queens now have lived in a world where Drag Race was always here, or at least always maybe popular and things like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times their drag is for Drag Race, not for drag anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole nother dynamic for folks like us that have seen maybe drag before Drag Race. Have to maybe almost get reacquainted with what drag is, because this is drag now. Like it's going to be the pretty face, it's going to be the makeup artist and things like that. It's not going to have as much of a range, unfortunately, anymore, because they know exactly how they need to look and be for the show, not for a career of drag.
And I agree, because it's crazy. I'll see some faces and I instantly think of other drag queens. You know, like I'm just like, bitch, you just a copycat. You know, like
it's like, where's the originality? Like that's what drag used to be cool. It's just like, damn, I ain't seen that before. Or damn, you pushing the envelope there. Or damn, your makeup is, I've never seen someone paint like that. Like a Raven. When we saw Raven, no one painted like Raven. Willow, exactly. That's why I like Willow, because I was like, I have not seen that perspective before. Yeah. And it's getting harder and harder, especially when you have like 95 queens in each season. To really
originality,
that originality, exactly.
Let me kill it. The meet the girls. I was not impressed. Like any of that. I was like,
I was just like, this is. First of all, the editing was horrible. The lighting was terrible. Was. The lighting, like when they were walking out, you know, from the back or whatever, I was just like, what is we doing?
Is we finished or is we done?
This is not it at all.
You know who still look good? RuPaul. RuPaul still bodying bitches.
That's where the money going. Honey. That's where the MTV money's
like
going.
Even with the Photoshop, all the bitches be tuning themselves in. RuPaul you know looks fucking sick.
MTV had to probably pay a pretty mint to get them to move from.
I don't know, because it's all Viacom, so they probably found a loophole to make them do that shit.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, they probably maybe paid a little more, but they're like,
because I feel like the move makes sense to get more viewership on MTV, because MTV has no shows that nobody's watching.
Exactly.
They still got Teen Mom. That's it. Teen Mom is the only thing keeping.
Do people watch Teen Mom?
People still watch Teen Mom.
Okay.
They're on like,
I don't know.
People still watch that, and like the Jersey. Somehow the Jersey franchise is still out there. I'm like, damn, it's still on.
Yeah,
but it was Viacom. Because remember they like with the logo VH1, back to logo, back to VH1, to Paramount Plus, back to VH1, to now MTV. All of them Viacom companies. So it sounds like Viacom is trying to figure out how they could stay afloat more so than Drag Race.
It ain't with these queens. I mean, I guess we'll find out after the first episode, or maybe the first
3 episodes, because you know they're gonna drag.
Because I'm just like,
ask us again in a month.
And look, and look, like you getting old, and the season has been on for so long that they're going to stop talking about drag daughters and start talking about drag granddaughters.
Like, true.
I mean, because think about it, like this is legacy. Now, like you're talking about 15 years, 16
all
years.
These bitches are my grandsons.
Like,
it's true.
So we'll find out. We'll see. This could be the beginning of the end. But you know what I want to see? And I'm sorry, this is like totally off base. But speaking of drag queens, I would love to see a game show that is hosted by Bob and Monet.
I think that'd be fine.
I think that would be dope. That would be like so amazing to see that. Yeah. And then all them people that are like up in arms about drag queens reading to children, but have the drag queens like in their TVs like every day at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Can't escape.
I'm excited to see, because obviously they filmed these episodes last summer.
Yep.
So it was maybe at the beginning of maybe a lot of that drag queen stuff, but
Mhm.
I'm really excited the next seasons, maybe All Stars, the next All Stars might even be a little too soon, but how they start reading these politicians, start reading these folks, because
Oh,
it's going to sneak in there somehow.
oh
Mhm.
And I
boy.
can't wait for it
Yep.
because deservedly so. It's like y'all focus on the wrong shit, bitch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, all right,
Mhm.
community. So anyway, hopefully you're safe. And until next week, wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass. Bye.
Bye, y'all.